everybody. I'm Orson Welles in a sarong, and this is the very first ASMR video I have ever made. Ever. So, well, hello there, first of all. It's good to see you all and finally be able to contribute something to this really wonderful community. And also, please bear with me if there are any mishaps or weird noises or jump cuts or anything of that nature. So, to get right down to it, this Christmas I did a lot of my shopping online. Now, I know, I don't want to be one of those people that do all their shopping online on Amazon instead of supporting local businesses or something more responsible like that. But the thing is, at the moment I live in the middle of nowhere, and so the only shops that are anywhere near me are in strip malls or are fast food chains. So the only options I really had were places like Amazon and Etsy and eBay and that sort of thing, and that's where these come from. So today what we're going to do is we're going to unpackage some of the gifts that I have bought people, and I'm going to talk about who I'm giving them to and why, and then I'm going to wrap them. I'm not very good at wrapping gifts, but I have a couple of nice little holiday bags and a ton of tissue paper and Scotch tape and scissors and assorted forms of wrapping paper, plus a bit of cardboard, and you'll see why in a moment. So, I guess I'm going to improvise. We've got 4 packages to open up today for a total of what I believe are 6 gifts. You're going to realize very soon that I'm working on a budget, and that each gift is, well, worth about $20 or less, because I am unemployed, and, well, I try to put a lot of thought into them anyway. So, without further ado, let's begin. I've got 3 little ones and 1 big one to unwrap and then rewrap. Let's see. First of all, there is this nice little foamy package that I got from a generous spirit on Etsy. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that it's probably a bracelet of some sort. The return addresses that they put on the package don't necessarily match up with their store names, so sometimes it's a bit hard to tell. Anyway, let's open this up, shall we? Got my scissors. Try not to be too loud here. I know some of us are trying to sleep. Clean cut. Put that over there. And let's see. Oh no! No, it's actually, this is a surprise. It's not a bracelet. It's a little mini Romeo and Juliet booklet from the 1920s that I ordered for a friend of mine who is passionately interested and in Shakespeare and in Romeo and Juliet especially. She has a couple of paperback copies, but I don't think that she has an edition this old, at least not yet. The book itself, as you can see, is a little bit damaged, but it's also about 90 years old. So I hope that she'll be able to forgive these little creases on the cover. you notice that the binding is a nice red vinyl and the pages are yellow, and well, from here this whole little ensemble has a very, very nice old book smell. So what I'm going to do is, well, since I don't think that I need a box for something so small and so rectangular prismatic as it is, I'm just going to wrap this, I guess, as a bare book. So what I'm going to do is move this out of the way, move these out of the way. I think I'll start off with this wrapping right here. I think it matches the tone of the book. It's vintage. It's sort of a slightly desaturated forest green color with nice little leafy swirly shapes in it. At any rate, I think it's a lot more Shakespearean than this other silvery wrapping of mine, as you can see. So I'm going to put this aside and start off with this little square of wrapping. And, well, now comes the hard part. Come here, little book. Let's see if I remember how to do this. I've got that part worked out. Now for the cut. There we go. And I guess I fold the whole ensemble up like this. I notice I'm getting quieter and quieter and quieter. Sorry about that. Here we go. Ish. And then, hold on. Well, she sticks the landing, sort of. Guess I can fold that under here. Guess it's not really as nice. Fold. There we go. Awesome. My very first wrapped Christmas present of the season. Not very impressive, I know, but it's something. Here we go. Some Scotch tape to attach everything together. Here we go. Here we go. Wherever I am now, I will improve. Here's the not quite finished product. And the good news is that I can distract my friend from the sort of shoddy job I've done here by adding a massive bow. What do you think? to think it could work. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to take my tape again, create a nice little loop underneath this bow. Stick it firmly to the surface of the gift. The result is something like that, which I don't think is too bad at all. Now I'll just, I guess I'll put a label on it and then put it aside for the next gift. Here we go. And if I do get any comments on this video, be sure to let me know which noises from the video you liked and which ones you found jarring. Let me know also whether you prefer me speaking at this volume, that is sort of a soft speech sort of level, or whether you'd prefer me down here at this sort of quieter, more whispery, more breathy register. Because I noticed that I've been oscillating between both at different points during the video. So do comment about these things and let me know, because I would very much appreciate your feedback. Here we are, I guess. Oh wait, hold on. The bow is being unkind to me. Present 1 of 6. Are you ready for the next one? I hope so. Alright, let's put this all the way over here in the corner where you might not be able to see it, and I'll go diving for the next one. Alright, this one, I'm fairly certain, as you are too, is a print. It's a poster. I've ordered 2 of these for this holiday season, and well, it remains to be seen which one this is. So I will unpackage it and then relish the surprise of it all. Let's go. Alright. Sticking, unsticking, unsticking. Oh look, a little perforated strip right here. That's good to know. Very satisfying. Alright, and I'll just pull this out. Oh. Here we go. This is very nice. My trash right down on the floor. Anyway, another one of my friends is a Norse pagan, a follower of the Norse gods. And one of her favorite goddesses from that pantheon is Sigyn, who is canonically Loki's wife and represents fertility and loyalty and faithfulness as a goddess. And this whole thing's wrapped in very beautiful smooth plastic, which I really don't want to disturb. And I know that all you can see here, if I hold it up to the camera, is an inscription about Loki and Sigyn, but inside, according to the way it was advertised, is a very beautiful full-page illustration of Sigyn and Loki, which I'm very sorry I can't show you, but trust me, it is there. So what I guess I'm going to do is keep this in its plastic and wrap paper very, very gently around it, because, well, if I try to roll it up, I think damage either the paper or the plastic wrapping. For this, out of necessity, and because it would probably be a little bit more appropriate, I will use the silvery wrapping. Let me get this trash off the table, and I will unleash this behemoth of a roll. Alright. Let's see what we have here. Sorry if that noise was a little bit jarring. Okay. Well, it's a bit unwieldy, but it should do the job for this and for my other 4 presents after that. So what I suppose I'll do is unroll this and try to keep it unrolled this time. Get these things out of the way. And do my best to get some sort of wrapping done. Let's see. Right. Okay. Here, I'll tear myself off the strip. I'm so sorry about that. I had problems with my camera, and then my cat decided to walk in and jump on the table and mess up all of my hard work. So I had to pause a moment to get everything back together. Anyway, since you've been away, I've made a few attempts to wrap this print of the Norse god Loki and the goddess Sigyn. And here I am completing taping and bowing and labeling. Alright, let's resume. Go. One piece of tape, and then another should be perfectly fine to cover this side. There we go. And then flipping this around, I'm so sorry. I guess that was a bit jarring too. Here we go. You know, it's only at 11 p.m. in a quiet house, in a quiet bedroom, when you're trying to make an ASMR video, that you realize how fucking loud everything is. From tape to paper, to scissors, to dropping things, to cardboard. Everything resonates, everything is jarring. Or maybe it's just me. Alright. And then one final piece of tape along the middle. There we go. And of course I'll place my bow and my label along the more attractive side of this present. Let's see. This looks nice. It's very festive and colorful, and it will work as an accent to the silvery monochrome of the rest of the wrapping. So I will create another loop of tape, attach it to the bow, attach the bow to the present. Like so. I'll add a label, and then I think we should be able to move on to present 3 of 6. Here we go. I have to say, I quite like the texture of this wrapping paper. There are these little minuscule ridges whose texture changes within each stripe. A little bit stickier here within the shinier stripes, but much smoother, almost coarser here in the more opaque, matte stripes. It's fascinating, I know. Alright, I will put this aside and dive to get us our third box of the evening. Alright, are you ready? I'm ready. This is my second of 2 posters, and since I know that that was my Loki second print, I know exactly what this is, but I think I will let it be a surprise for you. Alright, let's open this up, shall we? Okay. Like the other one, this is also wrapped in very, very nice plastic, so I haven't the heart to roll it up and package it that way. This is a German propaganda poster from World War I. I have another friend who is very, very interested in military history, especially European military history, especially German military history. She's very, very proud of the fact that she shares a birthday with Heinrich Himmler. And, well, I wasn't ready to go full Nazi, but I did get her some, Prussian propaganda from around 1917. And I'm not sure quite what this says, I have to admit, but I do have a Hessian a native German speaker. So maybe I'll come back with an update or news. Or if any of you beautiful, lovely, magnificent viewers out there in the ether would like to tell me exactly what is written on this propaganda poster, you are very welcome to do so in the comment section. So, without any further ado, let's wrap this one up as well. Hopefully, the process will go a little bit more smoothly this time now that I know some of what I'm doing with this huge roll of silver paper. Once again, I do apologize if any of these sticky noises or these scraping noises are a little bit jarring for you. And I'll slice this down this meridian here. There we go. A fairly clean cut. Now, I've got to do my best to wrap it up fairly attractively. Alright. Let's see. Because I'm terrified of anything falling apart, I guess I'll just tape this side while it's here. Alright. Well, this is going to be a little bit of a close call. Let's see if I can pull it off. There we go. Try to create something resembling a crease along this edge. I'm not very good at wrapping presents, but I have fun. maybe one more piece of tape. Just to be safe. There we go. That's serviceable, at least on this side. And as usual, I will add a festive bow to tie everything together. What do you think? Is pink the color of the Second Reich? I think it should be this time. Alright. Well, I'll put this here then. Okay. That's my smallest bow yet. Don't worry, I'll go larger next time. Now, another label, and I should be able to move on to my next present. Number 4 of 6. Now what's coming next is a very large box, shipped to me via Amazon Prime, which I think, or well, I hope, should have 3 different presents in it. So we have one more unboxing to go, but 3 more wrappings to go. Another thing I like about these little silvery stripes is that they allow you to line up the name tags so that they're even with the wrapping itself. Diagonals would just look so messy. Then again, who am I to talk? There we go. I will put this in my pile, I suppose, and move on to my final box. This is a big one, so it might take a little while to unpack. Here we go. Yes. I've already created a small perforation down at this end, so I guess I'll just cut across. And then switching over to the other end. Here we are. I'm so sorry about that other jump cut. Did you know that Canon Rebel cameras only allow you to record about 18 minutes of video at a time? Because this is what I have just found out. I was unpacking this box of goodies as my camera shut off on me. So, while I still have time on the clock to record, let's continue. a long one. I feel like I'm doing a magic trick. Oh no, this bit of packaging must have been punctured. And here is what I think is the last one. There we go. Out as well. Now here's what else I've got. My final 3 kits. Well, isn't this a ticking time bomb? Well, I guess I will go in the order in which I removed them. First of all, this is a box of caveman cookies, which are gluten-free, 100% all natural, as well as chewy and delicious, according to the box. A little bit of context. This is for my dad, who is a massive health freak. He does CrossFit. He subscribes to something close to the paleo diet. He's always guzzling protein shakes and that sort of thing. And so for this man, regular cookies will not suffice. Not even on Christmas. So what I've done is I have scoured Amazon for paleo-friendly pastry products, and I found these caveman cookies, which actually taste pretty good for being so goddamned healthy. I would know because I've had a couple. I got a different flavor of the same brand for him last year, and they were a big hit, so I've decided to diversify. And I've got him the New World flavor this year. What I like about the packaging too is that it's so convenient. It comes in its own little box that I can wrap with some degree of ease. So, for the moment at least, I will clear these other presents out of my immediate vicinity, and I will get started on wrapping these cookies. best judge of these sorts of things. No, it isn't. Is it? Aye. I think I can make that work. Can I make that work? I can probably make that work. Hold on. I am the master of origami. Not really, but this feels like a personal victory. Okay, so I'll tape this end up and then get started on the other one. There we go. I guess that's serviceable. And the other end now. There we are. I think I'm starting to figure this out. It's about time, too. Alright. There we go. That's decent, I think. Alright, let's stick a bow on this. What do you think about this green one? I think it works. And here, I fall back into my usual routine. Put a loop of tape here, stick this there, fetch myself a label, and we will be able to move on to package 5 of 6. Here we go. There we go. Close enough, I suppose. Alright, I will put that over here in the pile and move on to numero 5, which I guess is going to be this one. Now, if any of you are still awake, which I sort of hope you're not, maybe you remember my offhand comment from a couple of minutes ago about how this is a ticking time bomb. this packet right here. Look at it. Covered with bubbles on every square inch of it. And of course, if any of them pop, it's going to produce a really, really sharp, jarring noise, which presents a challenge to me, someone who's trying to open and then wrap it. What I'll try to do is slice through these bubbles without popping any of them, or at least not popping any of them too loudly. So, here goes. I'm avoiding the top up there because that is a bubble infested area. Might be way too far behind enemy lines. Maybe, if I am very, 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 very lucky, I'll be able to pull this bubble wrapping off without any really awful pops. I'm so sorry about this other jump cut. My camera ran out of room. And so I had to leap up from the table, spring my way over to the camera, and clear out a lot of extraneous photos and old videos and that sort of thing to make room for this. Anyway, let's get back to the gift wrapping, shall we? As I was saying, this right here is the boxed candle that I'm going to get for my mother. It is apple pie cinnamon vanilla scented, which I'm sure she'll love, because she's a very desserty sort of person. All of the candles that she's always putting all around our house are cinnamon or are cupcake or sprinkle or ice cream scented, so this up, shall we? Unroll some wrapping paper. And let me make sure I've got enough here. Actually, this might be too much, but I'll see what I can work with. There we go. They should be usable, I guess. Alright. So, I will try to pull the same origami trick with this as I did with the previous gift, that batch of cookies from Amazon. Well, I suppose it'll work, at least. Here we are. And now I'll tape this side together. And then after I've taped everything and stuck everything and labeled everything, I shall move on to the final gift. Number 6 of 6. We're nearing the finish line. Yeah, that's one side. Now here, the other. Well, there are a couple of little tears in the paper material, but other than that, I guess it's passable. Here we are, and now the final steps. A bow and a lid. Here's one. 5 of 6 to my mother, all wrapped up. I'll add that to the pile, and then we'll move on to our final gift. And this I'm really into. I have bought for my little sister the mythology book from the Ology series of children's interactive books. I remember when I was a little kid, I loved this series. I had Egyptology, Wizardology, Piratology, Monsterology. I had all the ologies it was possible to ology with. And now, I'm giving a brand new copy of Mythology, straight from Amazon, to my little sister, in the hope that it will ignite in her one or both of my passions for theology books, for one, and mythology and folklore as well. I think that since there's no plastic coating around this, I'll crack it open and read you a story before I open it up. Sorry, before I wrap it up. I think we've got time, don't we? Alright, let's see what we have here. And the underworld? Sure, let's go with this. Without touching any of the little fold-out bits, I'm going to read you the story of Hades and Persephone, which I'm sure is very well known to most of you. This is just a brief overview in this children's book. The story goes like this. The ruler of the underworld was often portrayed wearing the cap of invisibility made for him by the Cyclops, and accompanied by his three-legged headed dog, Cerberus, the savage guardian of the underworld. His wife was Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, the goddess of fertility. Demeter had hidden Persephone away from the other gods so that none of them could marry her. However, Hades came upon the girl while she was picking flowers and carried her off into his dark kingdom. Demeter was so sad that the whole earth became barren. Zeus decreed that Persephone must be returned. However, Hades had tricked her into eating 4 pomegranate seeds, which meant that for 4 months each year, she had to return to his kingdom. The earth would lie barren while her mother lamented. This myth explains why we have winter. I'm so sorry about that. I ran out of space again, but here I am, after the jump cut, with my final gift ready to wrap it up, and hopefully I have enough minutes to spare on my memory card to complete this video in time. Alright, here we go. As per usual, I will unroll a sheet of wrapping paper, like so. mythology. Atop it, slice along the dotted line. Take this side up. If my video happens to end suddenly or cut out before I finish wrapping the present, I want you to know goodbye, good luck, and I've been madly in love with you all along. But don't worry, we should be nearing the end.